Well, I'm very concerned about the way things are developing in eastern Syria. I don't myself think that Al-Shaara has proven he has renounced his terrorist background, his affiliation with what used to be called the Al-Nusra Front. He obviously has the strong support of Turkey. He wouldn't be in power in Damascus without Turkish supply and Turkish aid. So I'm very worried that there may be an Al-Shaara agenda at work, but there may be a Turkish agenda at work. Well, I'm very worried. I don't think Trump understands the role that the SDF and Kurdish fighters played in eliminating the ISIS territorial caliphate, or that they've been playing in guarding these thousands of ISIS prisoners. In fact, the idea of taking the ISIS prisoners into Iraq it seems to me to be a step leading to saying that role for SDF no longer applies. I mean, I personally heard several efforts by Erdogan to persuade Trump to pull all U.S. forces out and essentially abandon the SDF. It didn't happen. It didn't happen under the Biden administration. But I think Kurds are right to worry that there aren't enough people around Trump in the White House today explaining the critical role that the SDF played in the defeat of ISIS and the role it's continued to play to help stabilize significant parts of Syria and prevent both Turkish expansionism and the terrorists from coming back. Well, Trump has delegated a lot of responsibility to Barrack in his role, first as ambassador to Turkey, but also as special representative for Syria. And I think that he's the victim of what we call clientitis, that he acts like he's the ambassador for Turkish interest rather than for American interest or for the interest of our allies like the SDF. So I'm worried that although the Kurds and SDF have many friends in the United States who understand the role that they played in the defeat of ISIS, that is just something Barrack didn't experience and he's not reflecting. I don't think that at the moment he's getting a lot of oversight by the State Department, and I don't think Trump is even paying much attention. So it's a very risky period. I think it's important for Kurdish people to understand that this is a dangerous moment with a lot of pieces in play, and certainly with respect to the United States, the number of friends that the Kurds have is quite large, many in Congress, as I said, and I think it's important to be very active diplomatically and in terms of Kurdish Americans talking to their elected representatives, so that people know that a lot is at stake here, and developments could move very swiftly if we're not prepared for them.